Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Spill the Beans podcast. We are actually trying a new...
It's not new.
We're actually... Did I just look at you?
Yeah. I think. Now you can look at both. We're going back to our old format because we've noticed that the audio is really shitty when we used to sit over there. Because, I don't know.
Well, we're just trying to give you guys the most perfect quality right now. We do have future plans of buying a new or a second microphone and doing a whole new setup, but everything is sold out right now.
Yeah, we cannot get a hold of a microphone to save our life, guys. So we apologize for the delay, but we will be having another microphone, and that's going to be Liddy Vibes.
Liddy Vibes. So for now, I'm going to be looking at my husband and not at the camera.
I think you can look at both.
No, because if I look like this, my voice goes that way and the microphone doesn't pick it up.
Well, that's why you do it like me. You
Side
keep
eye.
your mouth like that.
But I mean, for Spotify listeners.
Oh, sorry, we forgot.
Oh, sorry, we're on Spotify or whatever.
Yeah, tell your mom about it if you're cool.
So thankfully we figured Anchor out, and
You figured Anchor out. Guys, I tried and I gave up like a freaking loser. But I also tried like at 11 at night that one day.
Okay, and I did it at 3 a.m.
Yeah, but you're a crackhead.
So yeah, it was 3 a.m, you know. Oh, I was actually editing that long podcast with Alex, so it took me a very long time, and I was like, whatever, if I'm already up, I'm just gonna try Anchor. And yeah, it took probably a few hours, because I made an Anchor like at 3 a.m, and then by the next day at 2 p.m. we were already on Spotify, which was amazing. So we are on Spotify if you guys want to check us out. We'll leave the link down below because sometimes it doesn't come up when you search us, but it's just Spill the Beans podcast on Spotify, which is amazing. But yeah, if you're listening on Spotify, you really don't care to see if I'm looking at the camera or
Guys, honestly, I'm so happy that we're on Spotify, but if you want to see, I think there has to do a lot, like the facial expressions we make. A veces la agarro de las greñas, and you won't be able to see that. So still tune in into the YouTube. Go ahead and just, even if it's to come and give it a like,
Yeah, support Ozo, please. His
guys, because Spotify
tuition
is not paying. Therefore, Ozo's revenue for food just went down so much, because I know a lot of you guys are just gonna go straight to Spotify. So.
But we understand, and we are very thankful for any view on YouTube, on Spotify. I mean, we're on Google Podcast, we're like on 4 other platforms too.
We're on Google Podcast?
Yeah, we're on a lot of other platforms. I can see right here.
Oh, but you haven't uploaded it to Apple Podcasts yet. No,
it's not that I haven't uploaded. Like, Anchor does the distributing for you. So they distribute, they did it on, like...
Okay.
Okay.
You know? Don't do that right now.
No, I know, but I'm just saying. See? Your Anchor podcast is available on Spotify, Radio Public, Breaker, and Google Podcasts. And Anchor. Isn't that crazy?
What about Hulu?
Babe, don't ask dumb questions.
If it's not on Hulu, I don't think they're going to watch it.
Let me guess. You
What?
didn't prepare weather?
No, I don't think I'm going to do the weather today, because today's a sad podcast.
But we have to do it for LA.
No, it's a sad day in LA right now.
It's a sad week in LA, honestly, guys. We did want to bring light to this situation because 3 people that we love and watch were in horrific accidents this weekend, and it's been heavy on our hearts lately. So we want to bring light to that. Do you want to go ahead and talk first?
No, you start.
Babe.
Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
Not about Kristen and Marcus. I want to talk about them.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, guys. So, as Joseph said, 3 of the big YouTubers we watched, unfortunately, one of them lost their lives. I don't know. I know that we're talking to the majority of you guys are like Mexican or Hispanic.
Latinx.
Therefore, you guys might not know these YouTubers, but I really recommend you check them out. So how long have we been watching JC and
oh my gosh,
Kian?
Ever since they were at the O2L house.
Yeah, but we've watched them such a long time, and so through Kian and JC, super funny YouTubers, guys. We recommend you check them out, even if you're Mexican and they're white, but they're so funny. We honestly look forward to every video they upload just because they make us laugh. Anyways, they had this friend, their best friend since like, for Kian, it was from high school, right? They came from Iowa. And then JC lived with him, but his name was Corey. You help me with his last name.
Barrie. I can't.
Yeah, well, long story short, guys, he died in a car accident on his birthday on Mother's Day this past Sunday. And what sucks about this whole thing is that, like, obviously we didn't know him or he didn't know us or he wasn't even the main YouTuber we watched. But, like, it's so sad, like, just to think about, like, someone losing their best friend. And he was only 25 years old. And he died on Mother's Day and on his birthday on a tragic car accident. Both of them were drunk, but I guess his friend was driving and they crashed into a tree and he lost his life. But yeah, that's sad. That I'm obviously sad for him because he died and for his family, but I'm more so sad. Like, he's obviously in a better place now. He's in heaven and whatnot because he was a great person. But what, like, really hits hard is that I put myself in JC and Key and everyone else's friends and, like, their shoes, and I've been there. I lost one of my closest friends not too long ago, and it really does suck, guys. Like, you see them smiling, you see them laughing, like, one day, and especially them, they have a whole YouTube, you know. So I literally watched his the video he came in with JC, like, literally 2 days before that happened, and, like, you just don't know who's gonna, like, go. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. It was, like, tragic news, yeah. Honestly. Did you find out by Twitter?
Through you?
Or through me?
Yeah, because I was at work all day.
Yeah, on Monday it was probably like 2 p.m. and I was on Twitter and I saw Daisy Marquez tweeted, rest in peace, or heaven gain an angel today, rest in peace, Corey. And I was like, Corey? And I went to, like, the search bar and you know how it shows trending? And it said Corey Barrie. I'm sorry, I'm butchering his last name. And I clicked on it and yeah, there it was, like... Yeah. A lot of, like, TMZ and all of these big Twitter accounts were covering the fact that he passed away in a tragic car accident on Sunday, and he was celebrating his birthday. He had live streamed before, and yeah, it was just terribly sad. And we've been, you know, keeping up with all his friends and watching videos and watching all their Twitter and Instagram posts, and it's so sad. Like, imagine us being sad and we didn't even know him personally. Like, I can't even imagine the people that loved and knew him personally. And I do hear that a few of his close friends were witnesses to the accident and they were there when it happened. So I don't know, we're really sending our hearts and prayers out to Corey and his family and loved ones. But
yeah, like, seeing your friend die in your arms must be so traumatic and so crazy. Ozo the other day killed a little baby chicken, and I was able to hold it in its last moments of life after I ripped him out of Ozo's mouth. It was an accident, but I was still really mad at him that he killed this little chick that didn't think it was going to die today. But I saw it like its last breath, so I can't imagine seeing your best friend, like, his last moments after you pull him out of a car that crashed. And yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But anyways, R.I.P. Corey. Thank you so much for all the videos. Like JC was saying, I think he's watching, and, like, spirits don't really go away. So
moving on to a second topic, which is another horrific accident, but thankfully and thank God they are alive today. One of my most favorite YouTubers, Kristen Johns, her and her husband Marcus were involved in a terrible car accident on Monday night. They were on their electric bike, just riding around LA, and they got hit head on, and it was a hit and run. The guy just fled the scene. Sorry, he fled the scene, and it left them both with a broken leg and a lot of scratches and just in terrible condition, but alive. So everyone is so happy and thankful to God that they are alive today. But yeah, that happened on Monday night, and I think it hit home because not only are they my favorite YouTubers and I love to watch them, we've actually personally met them. We had the privilege to meet them last year in October. No, it was for your birthday. In June. Are you okay?
Yeah.
So in June, for his birthday, we went to LA, and Marcus came out with the musical, and I got tickets before it sold out. So we did go, and they had a meet and greet, and we met Marcus and Kristen, some of the best people we've ever met and talked to. Like, actually had a conversation, because we did meet other YouTubers there, but it was literally like take a picture and leave. They did not care about literally anything. But Marcus and Kristen actually sat and talked to us about where we're from, where we live, and we just left with an amazing impression, and they were just amazing people. So hearing that on Monday, it literally broke my heart. And yeah, but they are healthy, alive, and recovering. And yeah, they both got surgeries on their legs. It's gonna be a long road to recovery, but they should be walking in the next 4 months. So that's good to hear. But there was like bad news after bad news. Like, imagine how. That's what we're saying. It's a sad week in LA today.
Did you tell them that it was a robbery?
Well, they're not sure because they didn't catch the guy.
Well, let me tell them. I don't care if it's fake. But según que there was like a robbery and the guy was fleeing, and in order to get away from the police, he purposely ran over these two people, Kristen and Marcus, to like distract the police or whatever, the pedestrians that were like witnesses and stuff like that. So imagine you're just strolling along in your bike with your couple, and all of a sudden, boom, you get ran over on purpose. It wasn't even an accident. Like, I understand an accident and then you're too scared to stop because you think you killed someone, and then you dip, but like on purpose and then you dip, like that's fucked
They
up.
flew 50 feet from impact.
Shut up.
Yeah.
And only a broken leg?
And only a broken leg. And that's why they are so thankful to God, because they said that they should have died. Like, that is, imagine, like, all they had on was helmets.
Yeah.
Had they not had a helmet on, it would have been worse. But yeah, Marcus said that
50 feet?
That he heard like an engine revving. Yeah.
Where did they get hit on? Straight on?
Yeah, head on.
I guess the bike helped a lot.
Yeah. He heard like a car speeding, and he even like turned and asked Kristen, like, what the heck is wrong with this guy? And that Marcus saw that it was like going straight to them, and he tried to swerve, but like he literally followed them and hit them. And Marcus went unconscious, and Kristen was conscious the entire time. She witnessed everything, and yeah, they told her that they flew 50 feet.
Well, that's good. Imagine the guy like backs up and then kills them, like wants to kill them, you know?
What do you mean?
Like he already hit them, but like they're on the ground.
Yeah.
And then runs them over still.
Yeah, but to this day, he's still out and about, living free in the world. So.
Have you seen that video of a little kid that gets run over by a bus?
No.
And then it's a little kid, like he's 3 or 4, and then he just gets up and walks. Him and his mom get ran over, and the mom like doesn't get up, but he gets up like nothing. But the wheel, you can see, passes over his, I think, this arm, like over his
Maybe
arm.
with
It was a car.
shock.
It wasn't a bus. But he just gets up.
Yeah, but don't you think that'd be shock?
No.
Like when you get hit, you're in shock, so you don't feel it. Like there's a lot
Why
of
wouldn't
those
she
videos.
Kristen get in shock and then get up and help Marcus?
Because she had a broken leg.
But we're talking a whole car over your arm scenario.
Yeah, but
You can
it's the
see
arm, not his leg.
But like it's not like all like, oh shit, you can tell the kid's arm is broken.
Really?
No, yeah.
The heck?
It's freaking crazy. I wish I could put it on here.
Yeah, that was terrible news. I was so in shock when I heard that, honestly. Well, not when I heard it, when I saw that Kristen uploaded a video yesterday. I was like...
Was that on Mother's Day too?
Tuesday. No, it was Monday night.
Oh.
Yeah, oh my gosh, and now I'm just keeping up with them.
Yeah, what's going on in LA, guys? Get the heck out of there.
It's like, what's going on in the world? Like, it's so scary to see, because I feel like so many bad things and bad accidents happen every single day. Like, we'll be driving down Main Street and the road is closed because there's a car accident. And, like, I guess we don't really pay attention to it, and we don't bring light to them and don't see them as something big until it happens to someone that we care about or someone we watch. But it's like, it's true, like, everyone's saying, like, it wasn't your time. Like, had it been your time, God would have taken you. Like, that should have been it. But it's like, holy heck, like, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. And that's
crazy. I was thinking about that today. Like, what's the, like, besides old age, like, what's the next thing you would, like, how you would want to die? But it's like the chances of dying from, like, how many people do you hear that die from old age? Like, every once in a while?
Yeah.
Ay, pues te murió, estaba viejito. No,
Yeah.
you hear, like, so it's like, damn, like, you could really die when
Whenever.
you're 42,
When you're 20.
37. No, for us, we already passed 20.
I know, but still, like,
No.
25? That's what, 3 years away
Yeah.
for us?
That's why I wouldn't want to know when I die.
You would want to know how you die?
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
But I feel like that's totally avoidable. How? You know how they tell you, well, how would you rather know how you die or when you die. Because if you told me, I mean, obviously if it's something crazy like a shark bite, then never go to the ocean. But like a car, I feel like that could be avoidable too, no?
It depends. I feel like at some point you would stop thinking about it and then you would just...
No, but then say, when do you really need a car? When you... Because you can fly to the... I mean, I think the only time I would need a car is like if I would to drive to the airport, you know? And then I would just fly to Cali and then I could either walk or scooter. You know what I mean?
Well, what if you get hit by a car and it's like, no, it's a car accident, but like you get hit by a car and...
Well, it depends if the genie is really specific. Like if you're gonna get
well,
hit
I don't think so. I don't think people that like predict your death are specific. They just tell you like a very vague answer. I don't know. Regardless, that's so scary. But I think I would rather know when.
Or you know what would be crazier? Like if God was like, you're gonna die, and the way you're gonna die is in one of your past Instagram pictures. Like in the background, or you're posing next to it. You have to go through each one and figure out which one it is.
I think like when you say if it's a shark bite, obviously never go to the ocean. It brings me back to like the Final Destination movies where they say like you can't cheat death, and like that girl like saw that it was gonna happen, and then she got a few of her classmates out of the roller coaster. But it's like they're still dying because they were supposed to die that day, so they die out of like crazy other accidents.
Oh really? Yeah. I've never seen any of them. I've seen clips.
They're really
on Twitter.
They're really interesting, and
but like if you scary. Avoid the shit that day or whatever,
you still die.
You die like you just fall to the ground and die.
You don't fall to the ground.
It's
and
just
die.
Something else happens.
Something else happens.
That's dumb.
And that's like the whole like
that's
thing.
Not fun.
That's the whole like plot. Like you can't cheat death. Like you were supposed to die that day, and it was like 13 of her friends got off with her, and like 2 of the girls went tanning all the time. They go tanning and they get stuck in the tanning beds and they burn.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, and then that's when they figure out like, oh my god, everyone that was supposed to die starts dying afterwards.
But then I came to the conclusion like after like dying of old age, I think the next best one would probably be like car accident, no?
Like on impact.
Yeah.
But we're not saying like that's I mean, it's just like...
Because even I thought, okay, maybe like a disease, like cancer.
No, that's
cancer,
sad.
But...
That like weakens you to the point where you have to die. I think it's scary. I mean, I didn't really want to get into the car accidents that we've been in, but it's like how I was...
Yeah.
How
I think we already talked about yours, no?
No.
When we said that I rushed to the hospital and blah, blah, blah.
Really?
I think so.
When?
Like our first podcast.
No. Well, anyways, I remember like thinking about getting in car accidents. I think it was maybe after that one that we got in with your black car. It wasn't like a car accident. You just backed into someone. I was just thinking about car accidents and like yo de mensa. Like I'd be like, God, if I ever get in a car accident, like I want it to be so bad to the point that I wouldn't have to deal with anything. Like I wouldn't have to be like my biggest like anxiousness that I get is like someone hitting me from the back and then me having to get out and deal with the insurance, deal with the cops, like get all their information. I know.
You were really dumb.
I literally asked God, like I was like, I don't want to have to deal with that. And I was like, if it's a car accident, I know. God. I was like, if it's a car accident, I want it to be bad enough for me not to have to deal with that. And then, well, I've always lived by the saying, like obviously, like if it's my time to go, it's my time to go. But and then I got in the car accident and I was like, be careful what you wish for, you dumb idiot.
Yeah, God was like,
I was like, I thought was. Yeah, terrible.
But I can't even imagine yours, babe. Like rolling.
It's so funny when people ask me like,
feel that.
They ask me like, how did it feel? And I literally all I could say is like, just like it feels in the movies, like just how you see it, that's how it feels like.
But I guess it happened so fast.
It did.
Because I spun like on like wheels. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you were upside down.
Yeah. And then I landed on my side. Like, for me to not have died, like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I sometimes think, like, if you would have died, like, what would my life be?
What would you have done? Like, I'm going to tell the story now that we're into it.
No, I am. Don't tell it.
Okay.
I don't like long stories.
I'll do it.
Do it super short.
Okay, so it was the second week of senior year.
Mira, las empezadas. Babe, do it short for the people have to go to work.
I love long stories. Whatever.
Okay, I'm going to make mine twice as long.
I don't care. I love hearing you talk. or to tell stories. Yeah, it was the second week of senior year. I was on my way to school. And yo entraba tarde. It was like, I would go in like at 9 in the morning. And we had a white Durango. Mm-hmm. And I hated driving it because I hate driving big cars. Like, when I have to drive Jonathan's truck, it literally makes me so nervous. And my brother wouldn't get up to take me to freaking school. So I was like, okay, yo macha, me agarré las keys, and I was on my way to school. Oh, also the girl that lived in front of us, she was like kind of a friend, not really, but she refused to give me a ride to school that day too. So
refused?
Well, she didn't refuse, but like she didn't want to. Like, my mom asked her mom, and she said no.
She said that? That's fucked up.
She made an excuse for it. It wasn't like no, it was like an excuse. So I voy yo bien much in the Durango, and we take a highway to get to my high school. Well, it's like a really small highway, and I got hit by a freaking old man, 85 years old, in a pickup truck. So to paint you the picture, I was going straight on the highway. There's a street that goes off of the highway, and he was coming out. I saw him coming out, and I was like, I'm so close, he's just gonna get into the left lane. Obviously, common sense. Nope, the guy literally hits me.
T-boned you.
He T-boned me, and I rolled over. How many times?
17.
No es cierto, that wasn't that many.
And the car lit on fire.
It could have.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't.
Yeah, I rolled over a few times, and then I landed on the driver's side, and yeah, like, these two guys pulled me out from the windshield, and this really nice old lady came up to me. She's like, it's okay, honey, like, I saw everything. I remember I got out, like, screaming at the guy, telling him that I should have been at school, and the police coming, and me. I remember telling the cop, like, I don't need to go in an ambulance, like, my family can't afford it, you know, because that's, like, the most expensive part of freaking being sick and getting an accident. And the cop was like, no, like, don't worry about it. And then the lady's like, no, I'm gonna make a police report because it wasn't your fault. So I think we got, like, a few police reports in, and that helped a lot, like, telling that it wasn't my fault. But the guy even said, like, oh, well, I didn't realize how fast she was driving, but I was like, I was going the speed limit. Everybody knows me, and they know that I drive even 5 miles under the speed limit. I was going 65 miles per hour. And yeah,
don't say that. Aquí te conviene that you were going faster.
Why?
Because if you were going slower than he anticipated going faster, that's why he merged.
But he said I didn't know how fast she was going. He wasn't merging, he was going straight.
Oh, he wasn't merging?
No, like, he was taking that road straight. Yeah. Pues si no, como me hubiera pegado, he could have merged into the left lane because I was in the right lane. Because I take the slow lane.
He was old anyways.
Yeah, he was 85 years old, and I felt like shit because I did, like, scream at him, you know. But my mom, one of my mom's friends called her and told her, like, oh, your daughter got in a car accident. My mom didn't believe it. It was, like, this whole ordeal. Every time my mom talks about it, she cries. I can't imagine how she felt because my mom made the mistake of going to the accident site instead of going to the hospital first. So she saw the truck.
Well, why would she go to the hospital if you're dead? That she didn't know you were alive?
I would still be at the hospital.
No, they take you straight to the funeral if the paramedic...
No, because I have to go to the hospital and get an autopsy and get cleaned and take my organs out before going to the funeral home.
Not the funeral home, like the...
Morgue?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. The
morgue's at the hospital?
The morgue is at the basement of the hospital. I think. No, yeah. Because we watched The Haunting of whatever. So my mom went to the accident site instead, and she saw the truck, and she was like, there's no way, like, she's dead. Like, people were, the old lady that was there telling me she was making a police report was telling my mom, like, no, she's fine, she only has a few scratches. And my mom, like, broke down. She's like, there's no way, like, they're lying to me, she's dead. Until I called her, and I was like, I remember being at the hospital and being like, ya vienen? Because I was just sitting there alone. But let's tell the story, like, a little backstory to that. So this was senior year. Jonathan was still in his prime.
I was senior year?
Yeah.
No,
it was
junior.
Senior. No, it was senior. Babe, I did not. No, I did drive junior year. But see, I took psychology in my senior year.
No, I had Miss Johnson junior year.
Babe, it was senior year. I was blonde. It was a week after we started. Why wouldn't I remember? You have the worst memory.
Yeah.
So a little backstory. Jonathan was, like, in his prime, like, kind of jealous times and very...
Oh, you're going to blame the car accident on me?
No, of course not. But it was funny because We had this routine where I would text him. He would text me when you woke up. I would text him when I woke up and when I go to school, right? Well, I said, yeah, he texted me. Obviously, I got in a car accident, so I couldn't text back. And I think you got mad. You were upset that I hadn't texted you back.
Yeah.
So he was upset that I hadn't texted him back. And I think one of my friends texted you or messaged you on Facebook and was like, hey, what did she say? Just got in a car accident?
Yeah, just got in a car accident. She's okay. But, like, so that's why, like, now because of this accident, I'm traumatized in the sense that I always have to have my phone on me during work. Because that day, I had a super strict teacher, Miss Johnson. Shout out to her. She's a really good teacher. But she saw her earphone out, she would take it away. So I always had it in my pocket, in my backpack. But I tilted it so that when she got to school, I could at least see it light up, and I knew she got to school. So it got like time passed, and I kept looking at my phone, and I didn't see any text from her. And then finally, like, we all finished our work super early, so there was like 20 minutes left to the class. So I took out my phone and I saw that her friend had texted me, but like 40 minutes, yeah, like at the beginning of class, 40 minutes ago, saying that she had gotten. So ever since then, guys, like, plus that story, what was it on Facebook or Twitter where that story went viral where the girl and her boyfriend, I think, were fighting, but like she was in an alley and she kept texting him or calling and he wouldn't answer, and she got like jumped or something and killed. But those two things combined, like, I always, and sometimes it's got me in trouble, like, because she'll text me and I have to look at it to see if like she's okay and stuff like that. But yeah, keep going. So I bolted out of class and I took there's like I remember one clearly, one stop sign, like the 4-way stop in front of that like mansion. It's not a mansion, but that old place with the lions on Collier and Mountain View.
Oh, right.
That, it's a 4-way stop. I just took it, guys, and like someone honked at me, but yeah, that was scary.
I remember I was in the hospital, but you got there before my mom, or after?
No.
After?
Yeah.
I just saw him, like, he was either speed walking or jogging to the room, and he like got to the door and saw me, and he just went like,
yeah, like I was, because the nurses are some nurses are bitches. Like, if you don't want to be a nurse or you're tired of it, then go do something else. Shout out to all the cool nurses, but like the one at the front office was like, who is it? Well, I was like, my girlfriend, she just got in a car accident. Okay, well, the guest, like, check in here. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, for all I know, she's dead or something, you know? Or like her leg is mauled off and shit. Like, I don't know. But I walked in and I saw she was okay, and I was like, okay, yeah. But I was mad at her because she didn't tell me. Like, she texted her mom, called her mom, and she couldn't call me, you know?
Well, I called my mom because I knew that I had to call my mom. Like, when I got in the accident, I was crying, I was bawling, I was scared. And I was like, I need my phone, like, I need to call my brother. And the paramedics didn't let me. They're like, no, you can't, because you're only going to scare them more. So one of the paramedics actually ended up telling him, like, yeah, she's in a car accident. But I just had to call my mom because I just knew, like, I couldn't imagine what she was going through. So I called her just to let her know. And I couldn't find the words to, like, text Jonathan and be like, hey, babe, got in a car accident, I'm okay. Like, that couldn't, like, it just could not come out of me. Like, I couldn't find the perfect words to text you. And yeah, it was like a scene out of the movie, babe. Like, that is definitely, like, I really did feel like I was in a movie. But it was traumatizing. It was crazy. And like, people asked me, like, how did it feel when they hit you and when you were rolling over and all of that? And I was like, it just like the movies. Like, it sounded like the movies. It looked like the movies. I thought I was dreaming the entire time until I wasn't. But yeah, it was totally.
We're gonna try to insert some images.
Yeah.
Do you still have it?
Yeah.
I think I have it.
Yeah, the truck. Like, when you saw the truck, the side where the driver sits, the roof was like, indented in. So it's like that. I did get like a cut from it, but like, that should have killed me, you know? Like, that car accident should have killed me. And like, the paramedics on the way to the hospital were like, it's funny that I'm talking to you, because usually, like, with car accidents like this, we're not talking to the victim. And
how many times did you roll? You don't know?
No, I can't remember.
Like 3? It
was 3, because I was a little bit away, like,
yeah, you were in the grass, no?
Yeah.
¿Quieres llorar?
No. The paramedics were like, oh yeah, we usually don't talk to victims from car accidents like this. And I was like, oh, why? And they're like, because they're dead.
Dead, dumbass.
I was like, guys, and then I'll just insert this, like, funny story. No, maybe not.
What?
When did my mom find out about my birth control?
I don't know.
Because, no, it was after.
Yeah.
Because I was 17 and I told the paramedics, because they were taking my blood pressure, and I have the implant, like the birth control that goes in your arm, and I was like, please don't tell my mom, like, I'm on birth control, but please don't tell her. They're like, we can't, like, we don't have to say anything like that, like, we just need to take your blood pressure. I was like, yeah, but please don't tell my mom.
Your daughter got in a really bad car accident, and she's on birth control.
That's literally what came to my mind. Maybe it would have been easier if she found out that way, because, like, I was like mentita como discapacitada or something. But yeah, when she found out, it was very, very bad. But yeah, that's how I got in a car accident. Just had a few scratches. I have like a few little scars, but nothing happened to me, which was crazy. And thankfully, it wasn't my fault. It was crazy because his mom actually got there, mi suegra Lisa. She got to the hospital right away. Oh my gosh, your mom was like an angel. She got there and like me limpió la cara, and then right away we had to make a police report. So you were writing it down for me, and I kept telling you what to write, and she was like, no, you have to say this, because then they can take it into another context, and then they're gonna question it. So his mom really, really helped us with the police report. And
yeah, guys, if you ever have to file a police report or some sort of accident thing, do not say the words I think, might have, anything that puts them in doubt, like this happened. Like
facts. And yeah, it ended up being the guy's fault. He had to pay like $20,000 in hospital bills, plus like $8,000 for a new car, and they couldn't fix the truck. Like, it was completely wrecked. But I was out of the hospital like 4 hours after. That's probably one of the craziest things that happened to me.
The craziest.
And then fast forward almost exactly a year later.
Almost exactly a year, guys. Same thing to me. But you know what? I know the difference. I was actually there for her, but Julissa was not, because she broke up with me.
You broke up with me, you dummy.
No, that time?
Yeah, you broke up with me.
No, you broke up with me.
Did I?
Yeah.
When was it?
It was... Oh, remember? Because I went to... It was right before Mexico. Remember I went to drop off your birthday gift and your mom took it in?
We were broken up for that long? Because your accident was in September.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a month. Yeah, almost exactly a year on the dot.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks.
Yeah, she broke up with me. She left me all by myself in that hospital room, guys. So imagine this, like, in her accident, she's surrounded by her mom, brother, my mom. But during my accident, like, I'm all alone. And that feels so shitty, guys, because I was like, damn, like, I was there for her, and now I'm alone in this cold room. For some reason, my mom was... How did my mom find out? But it took her a while. I remember it took her like 2 hours. No.
Why?
Like 2 hours.
Why didn't you call?
So I was in the room by myself for like 2 hours, guys. Like, I kid you not. Like, it was a long time. But... Yeah.
It was the same. Like, explain to them what happened on you.
No, yours was way worse. So, guys, it was my first week of college. It was super cool. You know who I saw that day? I think so. It was that day. Karen.
Really?
Your friend that told me that she got in a car accident. Maybe she's a bad charm. Oh, wait, no, because your accident happened and then she told me. But anyways, my first week of college, I was stoked. That was super cool. I had just gotten a brand new car, like, in June.
Speedy fast car.
Super cool car. But anyways, I was coming back from CU Boulder back to Longmont because I did not sleep at the college for my first year. I was commuting, just like 20-mile drive. Anyways, I paired up to this, like, it was like an older car, but it was super cool looking. Like, it was red, it looked super fast, and it was an old guy. And I didn't think he would want to race. Like, it's an old dude. Yeah, he has a sports car, but I don't think... But, like, I start to go from the light. I start to go forward. He goes forward. And then before you know, like, we're off to a race. Like, we're going, like, shit. Like, we're going fast. Like, Ricky Bobby fast. Like, we're going fast. Anyways, guys. So, this is a moral of the story is it's not always okay to win. Because I won that race. Therefore, I crashed into the car that crossed the highway first. And same thing like Julissa, the car that was getting ready to cross to the other side of the highway didn't time the crossing correctly. Plus, we were going super fast, so she just didn't calculate it right. So I beat the guy basically in the race. So I hit the car that was passing, and boom, just smack. I didn't like. She flipped out and then I flipped out, but the first thing I do as soon as I crash, I like wiggle my toes to see if my feet are okay and all that. And then after that, I get out the car and I walk, like I crawl like 10 feet, because obviously being a guy, I think that all cars explode in car accidents like in the movies. So then yeah, I lay there and I start crying. No, I don't cry. I lay there. And then, but my initial reaction was to like go check up on the lady because I hit the passenger. And it's so weird, even though it happened so quick, I knew no one was in the passenger for sure, but I didn't know if anyone was in the back of the car. So as soon as I tried getting up to go check up on her, the guy that I was racing happened to be a doctor, like he was a legit doctor. So he grabs my neck and he's like, "Don't move, like I'm a doctor. I saw everything," and he leaves me his card. Till this day I can't find it, but he left me his card. He puts it in my pocket. He's like, if you need anything, like I was here and I saw everything. Don't worry. Like, basically he worded it like we weren't, like, don't worry, like we weren't racing, like it's not your fault. And
So was it your fault?
well, I hope no one's hearing this, but
don't say it.
Well, I think
insurances
no, we slowed down enough to when I hit her, like.
No, it couldn't have
I slowed down enough for it to be speed limit, but the speed limit was 65.
No,
so
yeah.
when I hit her, I remember I skidded so far.
And plus, you had the right of way, so it was her fault initially.
But so essentially, I tried to get up, and then I was like, no, like I need to check up, like did I hit anyone? And then she's like, the doctor was like, no, he's okay, like she's okay. Someone else was checking up on the lady. She was like an old lady, like at like 50, 60, not that old. But then yeah, the ambulance gets there and blah blah blah, and then they check up on me, and then they put me in the ambulance, and then the guy's like, "Why are you crying?" Because I was crying, like I wasn't bawling, but I was like. And they're like, "Why are you crying? What hurts?" They thought something was hurting. I was like, "No, I'm just happy I didn't die." I was just so happy I wasn't dead, guys. And I kept asking about the lady because I wasn't mad at her at all. If anything, I thank her. And guys, I never got. Isn't it so weird how someone changes your life and you never even meet them? Because I guess that she wasn't hurt at all. She was just shocked. And one of the firefighters that came to the scene was his her son.
Really?
So he took her like home. After he evaluated her and stuff like that, he took her home, his mom home, and I'm the one that got to the hospital. And then yeah, they ripped my shirt and checked me and stuff like that. And I lost my train of thought, but I was gonna say something. Oh, because I guess the police report or the 911 call was so shocking to the cops in the ambulance when they got there, because they said that the people that were passing by calling 911, they saw a kid laying on the side next to his car, so they thought I went flying out my car. Because guys, even though it was a car accident and it was really bad, like my car got totaled too, like the whole front was smashed like to this size. And so they thought I went flying out, but that's how fast I got out of my car, because I thought it was gonna blow up like in Fast and the Furious. I got out that bitch and I hopped out, and the door wouldn't open, and I kicked it open, and then yeah, but that was super cool.
Oh, that is scary then.
But then I went, and then how'd you find out?
I found out
Marlene?
it was Facebook. Yeah, Marlene was like, "Hey dude, Jonathan got in a car accident." And I was like, "No way." She sent me a screenshot. Who posted the pictures?
Me?
You?
No. It was on the news, the Longmont Times.
Really? Well, someone posted the pictures of his car, and we were together. Oh,
someone did share it.
We were together when he got his car, so I knew. I was like, oh my god, like, and I think his dad or his mom were in one of the pictures, and it was crazy. Like, I feel like when people tell me like, how did you know he was the one? Like, why would you take him back so many times and stuff? It's like, because when things like this happen, like, if you're broken up, he's your ex, and you guys are done, like, you're like, yeah, gonna check up on him and be like, hey, are you okay? You're cool? Yeah. No, I literally, as soon as I found out, I got in my car, drove my ass to his house. It was like, what, 10 yeah. 11? And I was like outside, I was like, Jonathan, like, are you okay? Like, I need to see you. And pues, yeah, él está muy haciéndose del rogar.
Well, yeah, guys, because I spent the whole hospital by myself. Like, it kind of made me a man more. Like, I was like, I don't fucking need no one. Like, I just got in a car accident, almost died, but I'm here by myself. I don't need no one.
It was a really shitty experience. Like, and then it settled into me, like, damn, like, I really wasn't there for him. But I mean, I had a good reason for breaking up with him, so that's why we weren't together. Like, who would ever think like that something like that could happen to him? But yeah, like, as soon as that happened, like, I was so sad and scared. I got home because you didn't come outside, and I just started crying. And the next day, I think, is when you let me see you, I think. And then I went over, and he was sweeping the floor, and he was
like nothing happened.
He was in jeans and boots, and like, just, and I think that day you showed me you had like a
I had a burn mark here from the seatbelt.
Yeah. But yeah, and it was crazy because we talk about it now and we're like, de la que te salvaste, because it's like an ongoing joke that he doesn't understand why he got that car. Remember,
guys? But shout out, because I just now I said shout out to that lady, because I got that car, like, I had just got my landscaping job. Like, I was like, oh, making more money. So I was like, I'm going to get a car. And I got that. Guys, but that car was the first car I saw to the first dealership I ever visited.
It's the middle.
And it was so ugly. I just liked it because it was stick and it was kind of fast. But it was so ugly. After like a month in, I told my parents, I was like, oh my fucking God, what did I do? And then I didn't know how interest works. So the car was like 20 grand because it was used. But then my dad's like, no, like, debes 30 because of the interest. And I was like, fuck, like, no way. I'm just a kid working landscape and going to college.
Not even a car that you like.
Going to college at the same time. And so, yeah, she helped me because obviously it got totaled. So insurance paid for it. But shout out to her. Like, I honestly, God is so nice. Like, sometimes I'm like, can you do that for the truck I have right now? But then I'm like, no te creas. But yeah, shout out to her. I hope she's okay.
Shout out to God, man. Like, listening to us. With my car accident, I was like, damn, like, I really asked for this. Like, I really did. Because I didn't have to deal with any of that. But, like, and then I think when you're at fault, how shitty it must be. Like, insurance calling you and people calling you. You have to pay this and that. Like, when we saw the hospital bills, I was like, oh my God. Like, if we had to pay that, I would still be in debt right now for the hospital bills, the ambulance, the firefighters, because everybody gets there right away. And actually, one of my friends from high school like took a picture of me, like, of the car, and being like, damn, what did he say, like, that must suck, or they got in a car accident. But like, nobody knew it was me because it wasn't like, I would never drive to school or drive that car to school. So that was really crazy stuff. So we think about it now, and it's like, yeah, like, when God wants to take you, like, he'll take you, and you can't fight it. And it's crazy to think that he didn't take you when you got in a car accident. He didn't take me, but there's people that are, unfortunately.
Yeah, guys, like, for things even less than our car accidents, people have died. Yeah. So, yeah, I don't really agree with you when you say cuando te toca. Like, I think there's, like, I don't know. I think it's just pure chance. Like, I don't think God has, like, like, why would he have a date for you to die?
Because, like,
I feel like he makes us and he loves us and he helps us through life as long as we cherish him. But, like, I don't think he has a day for, like, okay, voy a hacer que Jonathan nazca el 11 de junio en 1998 y luego quiero que se muera como...
Well, I feel like it's not like that. Like, there's just...
Well, obviously, no, like, he makes impacts and stuff. But, like, for example, people we don't even understand, like, as fucked up as Kobe's death was, I feel like, okay, how many people did he freaking impact? The whole world went on shutdown. He had beautiful, even though people's like, he didn't live the rest of his life because he still had to grow up his kids, but he had kids, he set them up for the rest of their life. Some could say, like, he kind of did a lot. But, like, people like Corey, like my friend Oscar, like, you literally cut their life off at half. Like, sure, that death taught someone else a lesson about not drinking and driving, or that death teaches other people to learn, but, like, why them? Like,
well, I feel like at that point, it's like when God wants to make an impact, like when God needs you to make an impact.
But don't pick me.
Well, you don't know.
Pick someone else to make that impact.
You never
but
know.
Yeah, I see what you mean, but I also think it's like,
it's like chance.
But I also think, like those ladies that drink wine and smoke and they live to be, like, 80 or 90 or 100 years old. And then there's people that, like, smoked when they were younger.
I feel like, you know how when you get sick, like, you pray to God to cure you. I think maybe, like, taking the sense that he doesn't plan when you die, he doesn't have a set date. maybe like when you get in that accident, he covers you and is like he can save you from that accident, or like he can't and like he has to take you, you know.
What do you mean he can't? He can save you from anything.
Right. Well, not really.
But you don't think Kobe believed in God?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of conspiracies out there.
Well, there are, but we're not, because he was the best.
We're not conspiracy theorists. But yeah, like I go back to Kristen and Marcus's accident. Like they're like, we should have died, but God obviously
that one
covered
was
us.
crazy.
Like
getting ran over by a whole ass speeding car in
flying
a bike.
50 feet.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like I feel like it's just crazy to think about all these accidents and people when you get ran over, when
even little things like how I tell you how, like, I'm not out here killing people and shit like that, but like I'm not the best human, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like God helps me so much in like non life threatening ways, but like other things. So I don't know. That's also drinking water. I think he finished it.
Really?
Yeah, that's why he's drinking.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Go check.
Oh, he did, babe.
A little update on Nozo Bear. He is sick. He has a parasite. He has an ongoing parasite.
He has diarrhea.
He has Giardia, which is common in puppies, and he had it when we got him. The initial vet appointment, they gave us treatment, and it's so easy to reinfect himself. So he reinfected himself, and he has it again. It hit him worse this time. Like, they actually found eggs in his feces, so that's terrible. And it's scary too because it is contagious to other dogs, so you just have to pick up his poop like right away and stuff. So he's sick. He's very, very sad and mellow, and all he does is sleep. So it's sad to see our little pup like that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, guys, this was kind of a down podcast.
But it's cool. Like, I like not having anything planned. Just talking. But yeah, guys, it is Friday, so I hope you have an amazing Friday. So sorry we didn't do the weather. Just didn't think it was appropriate to. But yeah, hope you kill it. You're gonna have an amazing Friday. Ya se llegan luego los viernes. Mm-hmm. And especially now with summer, they get here faster. And I hope everyone is having a safe quarantine. And
I know this podcast was down and maybe made you sad and stuff, but I feel like you should take it and be happy that you're alive today, and say maybe 10 things that you're thankful for, and realize that you're walking, you're driving, you have a job, wherever you're going right now, whatever you're doing, laying down, you have a house, you have food. So just be extremely thankful that you're alive today. And
yeah, sometimes I really truly feel like it's like experiences that make you more humble. Like what I mean is, like, a rich white kid, not to hate on rich white kids, but like they don't appreciate, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
if you've been to Mexico, guys, and if you've been to the city of Mexico, you know those homeless people that are truly homeless, but they don't have feet. They're crawling to your car to ask for money, or little kids are juggling freaking apples and asking you for money. So have you seen that meme where it's like a guy on a wheelchair? No, it's a guy in a Lamborghini. He's looking at a guy in a helicopter, and he's like, "Oh, I wish I had that helicopter." And then the guy in a regular car is like, "I wish I had that Lamborghini." All the way to the kid in a wheelchair.
Like, I wish I
had legs. So, guys, really, if you have 2 arms and you have 2 legs at work, like,
if you have something that you're listening to this podcast on, be thankful.
Yeah. Because
a lot of people don't even have that. So.
Yeah, snap out of it. If you're being a little bitch, then snap out of it and really truly appreciate, you know, everyone has different endures and different struggles. So we're not saying, hey, if you're not walking, you know, your problems don't matter. No, we're not saying that, but really look at the bright side, guys. It's a Friday morning, the last day before the weekend starts. And for all my homies out there that work on Saturdays, then you know, Saturday at work doesn't really feel like work. It's just like we're here to get paid and we're not doing shit. But anyways, we love you guys. We love and appreciate you. Merch coming out soon. We're thinking about doing Spill the Beans merch as well. De una vez, para que nuestros seguidores fieles puedan agarrar Spill the Beans merch, because we are the #1 podcast in Northern Colorado. Can you believe that? And I can say with 100% we are the #1 podcast in Longmont, Colorado. Zip code 80501. For sure we are.
For sure. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Just remember to be happy, be grateful, be thankful wherever you are right now. Have a great Friday, have a good weekend, and we will see you on
Monday.
Please listen to us on podcasts, on Spotify, I mean.
Yeah.
So we can get sponsors.
Go check it out. And tag us. Guys, so sorry we haven't been replying to all the comments, but you guys know the new update. It freaking sucks. Yeah. So, for you guys as listeners and for viewers, it sucks to even go to the comments. But for the creators, for the people that have to respond, every time I respond to a comment, stupid ass YouTube exits you out the whole thing. So I have to go all the way to, like, it exits you out the comments, guys, every time you press reply. So you have to go back into the comments, scroll down to on the comment you were on. And I know it's not an excuse to be lazy. I know we should be showing every single one of you love continuously, even though the update sucks. But just know it's not like, ya se creyeron, ya no le responden. It's just lamer.
It's just getting a little bit tough out here with these YouTube updates that literally did no good.
Like, who supervises that? Like, Timmy's like, hey, boss, I just came up with a new update. All right, let me see it.
Do it.
It's more difficult. The format's kind of lame. But sure, fuck it, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want that job. Okay, guys, thank you very much. We love you. Have a good Friday. Échense unas bien frías por mí porque yo ya voy a empezar mi dieta. So, please have fun.
And yeah.
Bye.